Welcome everyone in this new live development video about building an auto battle game. In this video we're going to make it so that when the game is over, all players are brought back to the main menu and the lobby is disbanded. But before we dive right in, I just wanted to talk a bit about what we were going to do in the next video, in the short term and in the mid-term. So in the short term we're going to implement what I've just said, and we're going to before we move on to the next big phase of the project, we're going to clean up the code we've done. So I'm going to make it so I'm going to try to make it as entertaining as possible and as quick as possible by checking beforehand what should be cleaned and how we should clean it, and offline I mean, and then online we're going to go fast and quickly clean up the code, because there are quite a numerous amount of things that are kind of either placeholder or just not organized the proper way, not hierarchized the proper way in terms of code architecture, and we'll need to clean up some of the stuff, some of it before we move on. We need to start with a proper base, with a clean baseline, with a clean slate. And then we're going to clean up some of the bugs, from some of the recurrent bugs we had. But I have a good hope that once we've cleaned up the code, there are going to be much less bugs to fix up. So this is pretty much what we're going to do. So we're going to implement the endgame. And before we clean up the code, we're going to we're going to clean up the code, and then what I wanted to add was that we're going to try out multiple times. So we're gonna try multiple combats and with a under the real conditions, not by playing from the development map, but by playing from the main menu, just so we clearly see that everything is working fine over multiple rounds. So yeah, that's pretty much what we want to do. So I wanted to talk a bit about this before diving in. So let's get to it. So what do we want to do? What do we need? We basically need to kick everyone. I think we need to destroy the session of every player, and then the server can destroy his session. I'm not sure if only the server destroys session. I'm not sure how it behaves. So we will see by... So this is the first thing. I think this is the first thing we're gonna try. In the in-game state, when it's the end of the game, so basically on player else update and player died, we have something like this under the phase. I think it's when it's before we call this go to recruit phase. Yeah, that's when we change our phase in here. End game here, end game, and we're gonna add this here. We're gonna call this here end game. So if we have the authority, what are we going to do? Can we destroy the session here? No, we can't. Why can't we destroy the session? I'm wondering where we could be calling this. Okay, not even the context sensitive give us a way to do this. So our game instance is actually handling, so we need to be calling leave game on every player. So I guess we can just say get players, loop through online players, and tell them to leave the game. But we need to be calling this on the client. So I think we have something related to that in our player controller, if I'm not mistaken. No, we don't have this. When the game ends, we basically want to destroy the session, so we'll try what I've just said earlier, cast to our game state, and we want to leave the game, and we're only gonna do this if we are in authority, like which player controller, get controller 0, this one is gonna leave the game. And so now, and we'll not be calling this like this. We're gonna say set timer by event, create event end game, and we'll promote that to a variable end game timer. We're gonna put this in the metrics list, and this is gonna be exposed on spawn. So when we're ending, and I've discovered that when we're ending the game, we're kicking the host out of the game, so it should kick everyone else. And I've remembered a settings that I've forgotten. It's auto connect to server. We can uncheck that, and we are no longer going to be connected to the server by default. So we're going to be alone in our games, like this. And that's pretty useful, especially when you start debugging from the out game menu. So we don't want to auto connect to the server, and we want to tell the game instance that by default it's not multiplayer, but it already knows that. So we're just gonna hit play, and we're both server. So I'm gonna create a game, and I'm gonna find games. I'm gonna join that game, and I'm blue. I'm gonna be ready, and this guy is gonna be ready. So we are in the game. So a blue player is gonna die. We're on the combat phase. So round lost, -2. And this is gonna be a defeat and a victory. And we haven't set. Yeah, we're gonna be stuck here forever, because we haven't set that value. Yeah. 5. And can we launch the phase timer here? Timer duration, this one. So when the so we don't even need this, I guess. Launch phase timer. On phase timer end, if we are in the end game, we're just gonna say end the game. So let's try that out once more. We're gonna join. We're gonna be ready. Everyone is ready. Recruitment phase. We're gonna kill blue once more. Definitely blue is blue's life is not happy. Definitely is losing all the time. So that's a defeat and that's a victory, and we're in the end game for 1 second, and then it's over. And then we're gonna recreate. We're gonna find games, and I'm thinking that it's not gonna work, but I had the feeling it wasn't gonna work. So that's clearly unsynchronized. So we're there. Once more, we're gonna kill blue. Round was lost for the blue player, as usual, and that's a victory for us once more. And we'll just check out if that guy can host. Can I host? Yeah, it seems like I can. And now I'm gonna win with the client. Defeat and victory, that's fine. Okay, seems like it's working pretty well by just destroying the host function, the host session. We'll see when we build the game. Ah, we didn't have the timer here, but we're not here for that, so it doesn't matter for now. Okay, so it seems like it's working fine. Everything is happy, and we've properly set up the endgame. We're just gonna replug auto connect to server, and I'm wondering if we wanted to do something else. Then no, we're not gonna import something else. We're not gonna do something else in that video. In the future video, in the next video, we're just gonna add some kind of icons. We're gonna update some of the icons and widgets we're using real quick, just so we have just so we can easily import new images. For instance, when the combat phase starts, maybe we have an icon. So that's draw, yeah, that's wonderful. So when there's a draw, round loss, or win, there's an icon. Recruitment phase as well, and maybe we have some kind of victory icon, and also re-update these icons there. So the next video is going to be about that. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.